Hello, I'm Guy Gazelle, Expedition Commander at Field Station Dinosaurs. Just like the Tyrannosaurus's teeth, its claws were long and sharp. Today, we're going to visit with the Monkey Boys to see how they make them realistic and just how hard is it to run with such big toes. So today we're going to be talking about T-Rex arms and legs, because I'm imagining that since they had such dinky little arms, and we'll get to those in a second, they must have had really strong legs to compensate. And how are we going to make it so that our puppeteer and the T-Rex strong legs can live together? What's going on?
Yeah, so we, as you might know, because our legs bend very differently, actually pretty much opposite of what T-Rex's legs bend, mostly because T-Rex walks around on her toes. So lots of people think that T-Rex's knee is backwards, but that's actually her heel, in a sense. Yeah. So, so what we do is we have a mold that we can pour a T-Rex leg out of. And we pour it out of a two-part foam. It starts as two liquids, and when you mix them together, they expand into a foam. And they expand into a mold that is the shape of T-Rex's foot.
And that's when they look like this.
Right, that's when they look like this. They come out like that with some detail on them. We do a little work, do a little adjustments to them, and then we start to cover them. And then we're covering them with a couple different things. We're covering them up with some straight spandex as a protective layer, but what we're using to attach the spandex is a type of silicone adhesive. So that'll not only adhere the spandex to the foam, but it'll also make the whole area stronger and more durable, because T-Rex runs through the grass and the fields and stuff like that, and we need to make these feet as durable as possible.
Yes, indeed.
In the other areas that you see a more skin pattern, and that's the fabric that we use for most of the T-Rex, that is made from this stencil here, where we lay the stencil over the spandex and paint through it, and that's how we get the nice little puckered skin texture.
So, and what about these claws? You think this is the actual size? Because they look pretty vicious.
So I'm not a paleontologist, but we do have access to Jason Shine, which is great. And apparently these are the approximate size of a juvenile T-Rex's claws, or toenails, if you want to call them that. So basically what we have to do is, because this foot is going to be on the outside of the puppeteer's foot, we basically take a shoe and tie it into this foot by using some soling material from shoemaking supplies, and then also the rod that will be embedded inside this leg that will act as the bone on the dinosaur comes out at this point here and attaches to the puppeteer's, like right above the puppeteer's ankle, with this ankle brace, so that when the puppeteer lifts his or her leg, it lifts the dinosaur's leg. And then when they move their foot, it makes the foot lift up and step down, pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, they're big.
Yep.
They seem big in they seem in proportion to the rest of the dinosaur. The feet seem big.
Well, they were holding up a pretty big creature. So between the feet and the balance of the tail and the head, that's pretty much how they stood up all the time.
Wow. So it makes it hard for a puppeteer, because the movement of a dinosaur is really different from the movement of a human being.
Right. Not to mention, we're a lot skinnier than dinosaurs standing up.
Well, some of us are.
Some of us, yeah. So yeah, and then as you know, we've also developed different control options for the head of the dinosaur, for the skinny puppeteer to be able to puppeteer a head that's pretty much 6 feet in front of them.
Great, I'll look at that in a sec.
So there's a quick behind-the-scenes look at Monkey Boys Productions. Come back for more segments to see how our dinosaur takes shape.